All right, the first NRL game in Las Vegas is in the books. North Queensland Cowboys going down to the Knights 28-18. Michael Carianis, a bit going on in this one.
Yeah, super impressed by the Newcastle Knights, but early on, Fletcher Sharpe, who won the halves battle to start the season, left the field with a knee injury, and there was a couple of crucial moments that led up to it. He was assessed on the field by a trainer. Moments later, missed a one-on-one tackle, which led to a try, a Heelan Lukey try, and then came from the field. Sandon Smith came on and looked pretty good in the half, so you could tell that he did lots of reps in the halves. Thomas McKaylee left the field as well for the North Queensland Cowboys after a cannonball tackle from Tyson Frizzell, with Frizzell placed on report. Scott Drinkwater, North Queensland Cowboys fullback, had a pretty poor game from his high standards. Left the field with a rib injury, returned. And the other concern for North Queensland was Braden Burns sent to the sin bin late after jamming in on Kalyn Ponga in a tackle.
Yeah, concerns about Kalyn Ponga. He got up, he finished the game. There was only 8 minutes to go at that point, but another worrying head knock, one of the stars of the game.
Oh, no, I think he was okay. Like, it wasn't that traditional where the winger jams in and collects him high. Like, I would have been comfortable with the penalty. I thought sin bin was actually quite a bit tough on Braden Burns.
He did shoot out the line.
He shot out of line, lost control, so that's what they look for now, right?
Yeah.
So I get it, but it wasn't like one of those ones where they come in and he collects him square on the jaw. So Kalyn was, got downplayed for the penalty, but nothing major.
Now, mixed reports about Fletcher Sharpe because he looked pretty downcast out there. He made the way back round the field in the second half to take his place on the bench. Obviously didn't return, but having played on that little bit and then coming off, waiting for scans, see how he goes.
Obviously the way he went down, the initial concerns was an ACL. It looked like the mechanism untouched where he goes down and it's an ACL, but the on-field trainers and doctors are usually pretty good at, 9.5 times out of 10, they can tell an ACL within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's why he had the on-field assessment, and that's why he played on. And then the Newcastle bench was saying, well, they're confident it's not an ACL, but scans can obviously flip that. So hopefully it's not an ACL and something like an MCL, which will sideline him for 4 to 6 weeks rather than the season.
Now, obviously disrupted with Fletcher Sharpe going off. What did you make of Dylan Brown in his Newcastle Knights debut in the number 7 jersey?
Controlled Dylan. He didn't overplay his hand. He didn't try and, play up to his price tag, I guess, by trying to overplay his hand. So I thought he was solid. I thought Kalyn Ponga was really good. I thought Dane Gagai, that one-on-one battle with Jackson Purdue was outstanding.
Yeah.
The youngster against the old bull, they went at it. Purdue looked like a couple of times he was going to get out on the outside, but Gagai shut him down. So I really love that matchup.
He's Benjamin Button. He doesn't seem to age. He gets younger as he goes along.
And I thought Jacob Saifiti's initial stint. The concern for the Knights was what happens when those big guns come off the field, led by Jacob Saifiti. We saw that momentum shift, but they did really well in the second half to get that momentum back to start the game and hold on.
Pardon me. Trey Mooney also very good in his Knights debut. Obviously came from Canberra with Josh Papali'i staying down there. I thought he was good. Scored a nice try. He looked really in his zone.
Yeah, the concern for the Knights is probably the bench. And you saw Trey Mooney, Jacob Saifiti, even Matt Croker start the game, and they did a really good job. But the bench just didn't have that impact, and that's where I thought Griffin Nean had a really big impact for the North Queensland Cowboys in his first game back for a while, so he'll get some more minutes. So, all in all, a really impressive performance from the Newcastle Knights and pretty poor from the Cowboys.
Yeah, pressure straight on Todd Payten. We knew whichever coach coming in this would be under some pressure. I mean, the Justin Holbrook era at the Knights is off to a very good start, but for Todd Payten, they've got another 2 weeks now before the next game. A lot of soul searching to do there, I think.
Yeah, a lot. The big guns just didn't name up. Drinkwater didn't. Reed Marnie had some mixed moments. I thought, he defended well, produced a line dropout, but just probably didn't have that go forward to create some space that he likes to have in the middle of the field. So, yeah, all in all, disappointing from North Queensland.